Hello, welcome to Amateur Hour 41. Me and Trent are going to have our live reactions to the Iowa State beatdown of the Wildcats here, as well as talk a little conference basketball tournaments right before March Madness here. So, how you doing tonight, man?
Fantastic after a stress-free Big 12 tournament game win.
So far, I was gonna
So
say.
far. Well, just tonight, stress-free, won by 19. The
Mhm.
second half wasn't even close.
Well, at the very beginning, it was. It was
Yeah.
when it was that 3-point game. I was like, "Are we really about to just have the normal offense we've had for these last 2-3 weeks?" And then we just started going on that run, and Kansas State thankfully started missing some shots, and that's all she wrote.
Yeah. I did see some tweets from some K-State fans that are refs. Don't
Yeah.
turn the ball over 15 times in the second half either. Like, don't blame the refs.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, the score bug didn't update in the first half, and the announcers like they have been called no fouls on Iowa State. I was like, I've counted like 5. What are we talking like? And then all of a
Yeah.
sudden the score bug disappeared and came back, and it showed, and they just shut their mouth about it. But it was I mean, there
Yeah.
was one point where we were up 6-0 on fouls. So
Yeah, there was Kansas State was shooting 2 free throws and they're in the bonus plus with like 8 minutes left in the first half.
yes, I didn't know what the
Yeah.
whole getting
So we
mad
can
about
do
it
it.
was.
We can do it too. Refs.
Don't they know it's our thing to complain about the refs, good or bad? I mean, come on.
Yeah. We're the ones that boo.
Well, you can hear Hill and South, man. Every call that went
Yeah.
against them, it was the booing, and I love that these announcers like anything that's not Iowa State, they're just gonna boo. It's like, yeah, it's called reinforcing that if you make bad decisions and call against us, we're just gonna boo the shit out of you.
Yep.
So no, you know what shocked me most about this game, because it doesn't shock me that we won by 19. Doesn't shock me
Yep.
we go on because we always go on these runs, good or bad. We're very
Yep.
streaky. Omaha Blue getting a lot of minutes because of the Watson concussion.
Yeah, good to see. I think he was pretty solid too. Like he didn't look
Mhm.
like a guy that had just played what we just count 17 games and only about 3 minutes per game. Like he looked solid tonight. It's
Yeah.
encouraging.
It was encouraging. Now early on, it had me worried because he was kind of out of the loop defensively. I think you might have
Yep.
missed that the first one, but I was like, oh man, if that's it. And no, he got it dialed right back in. He had a couple decent assists. He was making some good passes out there.
Yep. Yep. It's good to see.
Him, big Rob energy. Lipsy was doing his thing, but no, it was a. This was a much needed just breath of fresh air rather than, hey, are we going to choke this one away in the last few minutes where these last 2 weeks it was like we get this 19-point lead and then it just dwindles down and then we win by like 7.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, they have to like fight for it to get it to 7 in the
Mhm.
final minute.
So how are you feeling about our upcoming game here, man?
Do we play the winner of the Baylor game tonight? Who do they play?
No, no. Oh yeah, it is Baylor Cincinnati, isn't it? Because Texas
Yeah.
Tech will play Houston. So
Yeah.
I'd say obviously I think I'd rather play Cincinnati. Let's just make them feel like they're going streaky because Baylor's always been able to beat us any time.
Yeah. I mean, Baylor did beat Iowa State earlier this year by 0.2
Mm,
seconds.
yeah, hold on,
Um,
refs, refs.
refs.
Yeah, forget that they gifted us like 6 free throws in a row. We're not going to remember that part of it.
That 16-0 run. Don't even think about it.
Yeah, it wasn't because of a double tech and
No.
every soft call going against him. It was because
Scott Drew getting kicked out of a game for the first time in his career.
Yeah, that's all it took.
Nah, nothing else. But yeah, like I said, Baylor has beat Iowa State this year, so bring on Cincinnati.
So yeah, no, I would say bring on Cincinnati. If not, I welcome the challenge for Baylor.
Yeah.
And I think we've talked about it forever. I would love to have a Big 12 championship here. With our history in the tournament, though, if we got a few extra days of rest, I wouldn't be opposed to that either.
Yeah, and Iowa State's offense has not been great as of late. I think they need to play some games. People like, oh, rest for the tournament, lose in the first or second round, get that extra couple of days of rest. But Iowa State needed this tonight. They needed to get 76 points. They needed a dominating win. Just because the way they've been playing since February, they've only been scoring 60 points a game, winning by 2-3 points. They needed this. They needed to do it a couple times, actually, I think.
Mm-hmm. No, just nice to get right back out of that rut. And now I'm back to believing we can do anything. And I keep looking at that national championship ticket that I have going, I wonder what I'm going to spend all this money on once I win it,
Yeah.
Last few weeks, I was kind of regretting it. So
congratulations, Bryant.
Yeah, congrats on all this free money. So it's. I hope it doesn't join my Brock Purdy MVP and my Brock Purdy Tyrese Hunter MVP parlay.
He was this close. Brock was this close.
Hey,
if Iowa State is this close to a national championship, though, wouldn't that be fun still?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I would. I was always thinking, like, what would the number have to be for me to cash that ticket out? And it's like, I think I'd rather just have the story. I went all out. Like,
held it to the end.
I think it was $10 to win $1,500.
Yeah.
They offer me 12 or something. They would never would. It's always like the deal or no deal. They always It's about half, enough where they know you're going to say no. $750. I think I just let it ride, man. I don't know. It's very stupid, but
yeah. I mean, $750. What's it going to get you?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. It's better story.
Hey, that's what I'm about here. Stories. Why do you think we got this podcast, man?
Exactly. You can tell everybody about it. All 27 people watching right now.
Yeah. No, we appreciate everyone that is joining us here. Bots and all. We don't care. It looks better on our number. So.
Hey, bots. Tell your friends.
Yeah, tell our friends. I know what you're going to say. You're going to say nudes and bio. But, just keep commenting that. We're going to attract the right or wrong people. We're just going to bring them in, though. So.
Squares in between every letter.
Yeah. That Elon won't catch this one. Somehow he doesn't. I don't know.
Hot takes in bio.
Free speech, unless he doesn't like what you're saying, then he's gonna cut you off. So, ask old Donnie Lemon about that.
Yeah.
So, well, Trent, you know what? I decided to get back to my roots here, and I got a couple trivia questions for you.
Ooh.
Yeah, yes. They're a couple more. They're a little more difficult because they're just very specific here.
Great.
But I wanted to. I know you love the more difficult questions here.
Unless I get them right.
Yeah. In 1938 was the original 8 teams in the NCAA tournament. Okay. Can you name any of the 8 teams that were in it? Now, the clue is, let's start with the first. Big 12, as always, we've been dominating the basketball forever. We had the most bids with 2 bids in the Big 12.
Whoa. Kansas.
No, not Kansas. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna say current Big 12. I think that might give it away.
I'd say Texas. Yep. Oklahoma.
Yep, they're the other one. Sorry, I was because I was like, at that time, I don't think Oklahoma would have been Big 6 at the time where we would have been, but I think Texas would have been Southwest Conference. I just didn't want to throw you for a loop there.
Yep.
The Big 10 team.
Current Big 10.
Current Big 10. These are all current Big 10 in their conference right
now. Is it more East?
Yes.
Penn State.
Ohio State.
Oh, okay.
All right. So we're 2 or 3 so far, not bad.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to count the Kansas. I didn't clarify that earlier.
Okay. 1
Big East team.
Georgetown.
Villanova.
Dang it.
One Mountain West team. This one shocked me.
Mountain West. Boise State.
Utah State, yeah.
Jesus.
How
stupid of me.
It's still the same Ivy League school, so you got like a 1 in 8
Princeton.
shot on this one. Princeton.
Or Harvard. Probably Princeton, right?
I believe it was Brown. My computer's freezing here. Yeah, sorry, it was Brown University. Trent, we got it. We got two
I mean,
conferences left.
it's there's an offense named after Princeton, and you couldn't even make it to the
Yeah.
first ever tournament.
That's actually a
what a
very good
trash
point.
program. Trash.
One ACC team.
ACC Syracuse.
Wake Forest. Come on.
Oh, I was hoping to be
Defeating
Syracuse just for you.
And one Pac-12 school that ended up winning the national championship.
Arizona.
Oh,
probably Utah.
Oregon.
I don't know. Oregon. Okay.
Puddles was there. His debut. I'm assuming. I don't know. No, or Oregon there. So sorry. Like I said, that one was going to be terrible, but I just throw it out there. Hey, we got to get ready for March Madness one way or another.
Yeah, I like it.
So second one, I would say is going to be. Can you name the first year that each of the four major universities in Iowa made the NCAA tournament?
And it's all different years?
Yes. Yeah. What year did each of them make it? Don't look
and
at
it started in 38.
Yes, started in 38. Don't look at the agenda because I got to unhighlight it there.
Well, I know Iowa State went to the Final Four in 1944, right?
Yep, that was the initial first time we just went straight to the Final Four. And we're going to be back every single year, and then
people probably thought Iowa State was going to be the best college basketball program of all time. First time you make it, you get to the Final Four.
Yeah.
Nope.
It's shit. This is easy. We said we're always going to go. Wait, now here's. I guess I'll have to look it up. But we made the Final Four in 1944. How many teams were in the bracket at that point too? Did
8.
we make the Final Four out of 16 teams? I would kind of hope we would have a chance at that point.
So, all right. So I would say it was 1944. Iowa.
Yeah, Iowa.
1950.
Close, 55.
Okay.
And here's a little spoiler. We're going to go in chronological order. Drake was the next one, a little later.
1962.
69. This one...
Northern Iowa's the last one, huh?
Yeah, Northern Iowa, and it's pretty recent. Recent history.
Yeah. 88. More recent?
More recent.
Slightly
more recent. That's your
1990.
Clue. Right on the dot. 1990. Does that not I was born in 1990, man. That was the first year a major university made the tournament. I'm looking at some of these others though, scrolling down. University of Florida didn't make the tournament until 1987, and they have 2 national championships.
Yeah, when you have Joakim Noah, Al Horford, those teams were stacked.
I'm going through some of these. Guess when Gonzaga's first tournament was ever?
They should never make it to the tournament.
Later than you and I.
Wow. 98. 95. I remember Gonzaga. So the first time I ever heard the term Cinderella story was Gonzaga in 98. I remember that.
And you said, for some reason, I hate this Cinderella.
I was like, they're going to be in the easiest conference and win it every year and make it and get booted in the round of 32 every year. Okay. I knew that when I was in 5th grade.
Your last one here, Trent. Your South Dakota State Jackrabbits.
Ooh. The first time they made it?
Yeah.
Is it more recent than Northern Iowa?
Way more recent.
Ooh. 99.
2012.
Holy crap. Well, guess what? They made it this year, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going through some of them. The Bryant Bulldogs didn't make it until 2022. I only mention that because it's my name,
Yeah.
So, no, I thought when I was looking those up, I was like, it makes sense 44 and 55. I couldn't believe 1990 for you and I, though. Mostly because I just imagined the it's the Fruitmanesh run. And I just think they've been just going forever, man.
Yeah, and they, in the Missouri Valley, they were like a powerhouse in the Missouri Valley for years in the early 2000s. And I just thought they'd been that good forever in their conference.
No, see, that's in And again, probably our bias living in the damn state our whole lives where we're here.
Yeah.
Rah, rah, look how good UNI. No, they just crazy how long it took, man.
Yep.
So, but no,
You reading the chats, Bryant?
yeah, I'm reading it a little bit.
I see electoral link over here. Is that's got to be our one Twitch view every like they watched the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Hey,
like I said, I said, how much you paying? You can pay
paying
with
for
Dogecoin
this
now.
for this quality product. Do you know how much money I put into this camera? $30. Come on.
Oh, I think he wants us to pay them.
Oh shit. Well,
Jeez.
we'll have to dig into our account here, our ad
Yeah,
revenue.
yeah.
See
You're
how
gonna
much we
be
can go
real
for.
disappointed.
No, I mean I'm watching right now, man. Cincinnati's up big. They got Jizzle James leading the way. Edrin James' son.
Yep.
I hope you heard. I'll just say it one more time. Jizzle James is his name.
Jizzle. It's not his real name. It's just what he goes by.
Is it? It's not.
No, it's not.
And he chooses to go by that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, I guess I shouldn't make fun because we were trying to figure out all
His real name is Edrin James Jr.
Oh yeah, that I can understand. Get away from your father's name.
Yeah.
But see, we were trying to figure out what Jizzle was short for because like for shizzle is for sure shortened to shizzle. Like we were like his name just like James, and it goes by Jizzle James because Jizzle is the James changed.
Yeah.
Say that 10 times fast.
Dog. Can't do
Jizzle James name change. Jizzle.
it.
So, I mean, honestly, until the Baylor game goes, there's not much more on the men's team, man. I'm just feeling better that
No.
they've changed their tune. Women had a little bit of a nice run there. They hit a brick wall that was Texas Longhorns, but I mean,
Yeah.
win versus Baylor, win versus Oklahoma in the tournament, getting that nice little. I believe they had didn't they have a double bye? Yeah, they had a double bye.
Yep.
Getting a nice double bye there, and that last game was rough. They could not hit the broadside of a barn, but I have a good feeling about we get out of the Big 12 again, start playing some of these smaller mid majors. I think this team has enough experience on it. These freshmen weren't part of that team last year that just, let's be honest, shit the bed in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they are a way more complete team. I'm feeling really confident. Would it shock you if you heard Iowa State women's Sweet 16?
I was just going to say that, like, they could easily make a Sweet 16 run. You just got to win 2 games here in the first weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good luck, Garden Audie Crooks. I mean, she's the equalizer.
Yes.
I can't remember if it was on Williams and Bloom or 2 guys named Chris. They were talking about like these really good teams in the Big 12 always had this dominant post player like Brittany Griner, the
Yep.
Baylors when they were really good. Now Iowa State has that.
Yes.
So, like the other night, she started cold and she ended up with 25 points.
Yeah.
So
that was so worrying because like she missed those first 5, and it was it's kind of like when we were talking earlier about when Milan. It's like just keep shooting those shots because they're going to start going in.
Yep.
Milan hit a couple shots tonight, not too many, but enough to get some rhythm. Yeah, Audie just freaking went off, man.
Yeah, Texas, who they played in the championship game, Texas is really good. Like I don't know what they'll probably be a 2 seed, I would assume, in the women's tournament. Probably not a 1, but they could make a huge run. They could be in the Final Four.
Sorry, give me 1 second here. Getting my
What
camera
happened,
set
Bryant?
Power
go out.
No, I dropped my phone on my computer, and like the whole setup or the camera went down somehow. Explain that. That's how shitty of a operation. So, electoral link, we need you to pay us. That's how easy. I dropped my camera once, and our system went out. So you need to pay us so I can afford better stuff here, please. But no, for the women, man, I think it's all going to come down to how much of a boost did those 2 wins versus Baylor and Oklahoma give us? And then just as well, like you're gonna have to just get same thing with Iowa State. We're just gonna have to get luck with who we have to play in the first 2 rounds. Because yeah, very easily the men should be Sweet 16 and the women have a decent shot, but you just get the wrong matchup and you might just be effed.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. If you get, that Iowa State should be a 2 seed, especially after the win tonight. That should be pretty solid. Man, you catch a wrong team, you're going to play a 15 seed in the first round, but you catch a wrong team in the second round, that could end real
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah, well, and like with the men's, I'm just gonna speak that because I know them a lot better than the women's team.
Yep.
I mean, we run into a mid major that has a chip on its shoulder, can shoot the three well, and we have one of these last 2 weeks just night off. I'm not gonna say what might happen, but we know what's possible.
Yeah. And yeah, like you said, if a mid-major team that can shoot the three, Iowa State is not great at defending the 3-point line.
No, and God forbid if it ever came down to free throws, man. We finally started hitting them in the second half very well here in the K-State game, but whew, especially if we need to, especially if it was gun to my head and we have to hit the front end of an and one, I might just tell my family I love them at that point.
I bet Iowa State misses 65% of their front end of 1-and-1s. They miss so many front end of 1-and-1s. It is so bad. Might not be 65, but I bet it's 50.
I don't know how you improve that in the offseason, but we got to figure something out, man.
Yeah.
Make them all
free
do
throw shooting.
Free throws, Make those drills where you have to hit so many in a row, and then and everyone has to do it before you can in practice or something. I mean,
it is
something,
not a
man.
contested
We got to
shot.
figure it out.
It's not a contested shot. Like, just go. You could shoot 1,000 free throws a day.
Agreed, man. So, I would say, did you watch the wrestling at all?
I started watching like with the David Carr match, so the 165 match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I would say the David Carr one, that's just one of those, like, they're very clearly the best two in the country, and just sucks that they're both in the same conference, so they have to. Well, it's good they get to face each other so much, so we get this top quality product. But no, I mean, this was the team, Big 12 champs. I hate to linger on the past, but this is the year we should have beat Iowa.
Yep.
We choked it. Big 12 champs, first time, I believe. Oh my goodness,
2009.
2009.
Yep.
So 15 years. I almost said 2015. That's must have been where it was. But yeah. I mean, getting carried by Younger, Carr. We got some. We even got a lot of studs that are freshmen. That are coming up here, man.
Yeah. Hopefully they can sustain that success, and
I think Dresser will keep them there.
I do too.
He's got the right mentality. I remember when I was in school and Kevin Jackson was there, and they wrestled tough, but they just were not the. Let's be honest, the quality that Iowa State expects. When you're in a state with the right now consensus number 2 team in the country, Iowa, and you could argue one at times, year after year after year, you're going to get judged primarily off of that.
Yeah. Just, I hope next year, just beat Iowa. It's been a while.
I would say, because we're going to lose Carr, we're going to lose Younger. It'll be interesting, man. Because again, this was also with the wrestlers out because of the gambling. This was the year we had half their lineup gone, and Brands just coached a perfect perfect meet. Yeah,
they're still that good.
Yeah. So no, they're anyway, they're Big 12 champions. I know we had quite a few that were getting good seeds. I haven't looked at the full Madness yet, but I might fill out a bracket. Cyclone's going to win every single weight that they have a wrestler. So
undefeated.
It's amazing that we're going to win
national championship.
Yeah,
why not?
So no, man. I'm just going through here and say, I'll be honest, was there anything else basketball you want to talk about? I'm kind of blanking until we get to the actual tournament.
Not really. I mean, Drake, they're in.
Yeah,
Drake's in. They won their tournament.
If we run into an Indiana State or a Drake, I might just call it. We're done, man. Watching them there, obviously, once we saw we would see our defense against them, I think we'd be just fine. But until then, man,
Yeah.
that DeVries and the way those guys run and shoot that three, holy shit, that terrifies me.
Yep. Yeah, like I said earlier, they're not great at defending the 3-point line, so
Yeah,
might not end up
no,
well.
that was a pretty good game on Sunday watching them. I've been hearing
Is
DeVries,
Indiana
his name
is Indiana State going to get in?
right
Because
now. I think they have him as a 2-bid league, but it's questionable right now.
yeah, so a lot of times the Missouri Valley only gets one in, and it's a champion of the tournament. So if you could win the
Mhm.
regular season in the Missouri Valley, lose in the tournament, and not get in.
Yeah, well, and it's one of these like Drake had what made it last year, so everyone knows that name. Indiana State, sadly, and well, good. I guess good. I think they deserve to be in, but sadly, I think
Yep.
they might only get in because they got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the white guy with the specs.
Cream.
Yeah,
How could I mean? How do they not go some kind of Larry Bird pun? Baby Bird. Some. I mean,
I
that's where
thought they
Larry
called
Bird
him Larry
went.
Broad.
Oh, really? I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, there's quite a few, and I mean they've been going off on how creative they are. But yeah, I know they've got a Larry Bird one. I'm pretty sure it's
Okay.
Larry Broad though.
Said Indiana State. Come on.
Yeah, the old Sycamores. God, that would be one of those like I don't know how close that is to North Carolina blue, but that hint of just light blue, it's perfect, man.
I
Especially for
love
basketball.
those powder blue jerseys.
Powder blue, thank you. I would say
Drake
not
Drake
quite
has
baby
those
blue.
too. Yeah, that's powder blue.
You know, speaking of like Drake and their uniforms, have you seen the Des Moines alternates that they have?
The skyline.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like them. I don't think they're bad.
So
I think Iowa State needs some powder blues. Every jersey that's powder blues, they're nice.
we need, you know what? We need some. I think we need some blue in our logo, Trent. I also think we need a bird in our logo and we're the Cyclones, so we need to have a tornado in there as well.
Yeah, and the bird's like going like this.
Yes.
It like says
Yeah,
like
going
Iowa
in one
State right
direction.
here.
It's giving the Y iota fist to someone.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
Clonado.
Clonado. Hey, I like that. We should come up with that and design it for the university.
Yeah.
Send it to them.
Yeah.
Mock up some.
Yeah.
I think they go for that. I would. It would be so cool because we do. You know, we have the alternate blacks. We have the logo. The logo jerseys. We have the reds. We have the white. I hate it, but like it would be so cool to have one like. What was the year? What was the Jamal Tinsley year? Was that
2001.
2001?
Yeah.
It'll be a couple years, but how about in 2026, 25-year anniversary, we break out those vintage uniforms.
Yep.
One game only versus well, Iowa would be at home. We'll wear it that night.
I'm all for it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Iowa State, you can hire us at any time with these great ideas that we have right now.
These jerseys, hold on, I'm pulling up a picture here.
Yeah, if you can, because right now my computer can barely stand my camera staying on.
So these aren't those the ones you're talking about, but this is a little bit earlier, like a year or two earlier.
Okay.
Well, about 4 years earlier.
A year or two or four.
Four. Those Iowa State
Yes.
jerseys, Calvin Cato. Oh my God.
Just bring those back
things are
now.
beautiful.
Fuck it.
Yeah. I mean, we wear yellow all the time now. I know we've talked about this before with the I-State logo above the numbers
Mhm.
that looks like a practice jersey to me. I don't like those.
I think ours don't look good for it. I like them and I kind of like those, but I'll agree with like if once you said practice uniforms, I see it. But there's some where that having that logo right there, it looks gorgeous, man.
Let's see. I'm pulling up a Jamal Tinsley. Like these white ones. Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Well, here's the reds with the blue Iowa State and the blue numbers.
Okay.
Those are beautiful.
Yes. Oh hell yeah, man. I'm glad I'm sitting down in the camera kid. I don't want to see me standing up. So
Yeah.
whew,
There was another picture of him. Oh yeah, those whites are pretty cool too.
there you go. Yes. Iowa State, bring him back.
Do it. Do the right thing, Jamie
Also,
Pollard.
Jamie, retire Melvin Edgum's number now that he's in the Hall of Fame, please, for the love of God.
Yeah.
Have you seen?
Retire Jamal Tinsley's. Like,
Yeah. Well,
jeez.
they're holding strong to he holds strong to it. And we have very little room to stand on because Jamie has gotten us to this point by being as stubborn as like we're going to make this happen and getting the right
Yep.
people right. But like, man, I hate this. Like, we have these athletes that embody everything about Iowa State. George Niang and Monte Morris and all these players always talk about they promote the university in a positive light.
Yep.
And you're gonna go, well, they didn't graduate. Like, who gives a shit, man? Like,
Yeah, that whole thing with the graduation thing, it's like they're a student athlete. What percentage of them do? Especially if they're that good, if they're good enough to have their number retired,
yeah.
no, they're going to the NBA. Like,
Well, and it's just
yeah,
like one of them has the all-time assist to turnover ratio, and
yeah,
again, in a positive light. You know, he brought so much attention on already a lot of attention to the Flint, Michigan crisis with him being from there. I mean, there's
yep,
so many like, oh, it's just frustrating knowing it's like we have all-time greats that have been in this best era of Iowa State basketball these last 20, 25 years. And we're just like, nah, but I don't know. I'll require his GPA was no fuck. Just put him in, man.
yeah.
Let's have some stuff to like, hey, fans and recruits and everyone seeing if you play well here, we're gonna recognize you. We're gonna put your name on the rafters. What was the last number we retired?
I was trying to think the same thing.
Legitimately, Hoiberg.
Hoiberg,
I think it's
yeah,
one after him. Iowa State
if it the player
retired.
that played after Hoiberg, I
Yeah,
don't know who it would be.
I'm pulling it up right now on when they retired here. But again, man, it's just one of these like, can we just quit being old curmudgeons and get some again? Hey, you guys remember George Niang have the largest crowd ever? We're all going to cheer as loud as shit for him. Hey, recognize this person that's been here in recent history. Oh, he's in the NBA, so recruits, have you heard of George Niang? He's a bit of a journeyman, but hey, he went to our school. Remember that? Like, this is why you come here. They
He
can
is
all
the
go to Kansas
winningest
City.
journeyman, but he's the winningest NBA player of the 2020s.
That is still the craziest stat of the
I know.
2020s. He's won more games than anyone in the league because
Yep.
he's just landing on the right teams at the right
Yep.
time.
Yeah, the Jazz, like they made runs, the 76ers.
Golly. Retired.
Now he's
Okay,
with Cleveland.
retired numbers. The last retirement was in 2008, and that was Barry Stevens, who graduated in 1985. The most recent player was Fred Hoiberg, who
Yep.
graduated in 95. So it's been 16 years since our last just retirement, and 30. Am I doing that right? 29 years since our last player.
They've had some decent players since then. Just saying.
See, and if we were like in the rut of just dog shit, like okay, yeah, the 2 and 22 year, we had a few of those stretch. That makes sense. Not real
Yeah.
worthy. We've had some of our best stretches of we go on for hours about this, man. Just very frustrating. And then you see North Carolina where they have so many numbers retired. They can't retire the numbers because there's so many. But do you not think that when they point up to recruits, there's Michael Jordan and
Tyler Hansborough.
yeah, Tyler Hansborough. It was just one. You get the point. Like, here's rows of retired. It's cool. You see all these retired jerseys. Hey, I want my name in the. You want to be amongst the all-time greats? Come here and you can put your name in the rafters. Harrison Barnes stole him from Ames, but We can't do that. Hey, do you want to be one of the 7? Oh, Hoiberg, he used to coach the Bulls, and he's now part of Nebraska because he left Iowa State. Like, that's who we got.
Yep.
That's our last one.
Yeah, in 30 years, your name might be up there.
Your name might be. Did you finish all your assignments? All your classes? You graduated? What was your GPA? Did you live on campus for a year? Like, they're just gonna start going down. Did you didn't go to any mug nights, did you? Because if you did, I don't
Yeah,
know.
you didn't go to Welch Ave. How many times you ride side ride?
Yeah. Did you ever go camp and kneeling? Where are we at? Like, how much of a true Iowa Stater do we got to be
Yeah.
if we're gonna set up a bunch of fucking rules? Ugh. What was the business college called? Was it Jardine or was it Ivy at that point? Golly. So, oh, I'm trying to go. I'm going through here. Iowa State was robbed on both men and women's awards. I mean, not much more to say on that, man. I think Audie should have been freshman of the year. I think you could have made an argument for
Yep.
both Finley and
Finley should have
Otts.
been the Big 12 coach of the year.
Yeah, Otts. I'm sorry, Sampson was just overly dominant. That I'm
Yeah,
fine with that one.
But Houston is like 2 years removed of a national championship game. Like,
Yeah,
they're
no,
supposed to be good.
they're supposed to be. Well, Sampson said he voted for Otzelberger, so it's fine,
Oh,
right?
good,
That's how.
good for him. Yeah.
No, it was just one of those like, you know what peeved me, and you hear it. Well, you don't hear it. You just see people complaining online. But all these Oklahoma and Texas, all football season, we're heard about refs. All basketball season, we're hearing about refs. And here they are, the awards, and it's like the women. It was like 5 of 6 were those two universities. I know the men's. I believe it was 3 of the 6, wasn't it?
I'm not 100% sure.
At least one. I know they had 6 men a year, and I believe they had another. But it was just like, are you flipping kidding me? Acting like you don't get preferential treatment, and then here you are just getting every fucking award at the end of the season, pat on the back, give you a kick in the ass on the way out.
Have fun in the SEC.
I have a feeling, at least in basketball, I think both of those teams are going to fucking dominate, man. I guess maybe not women's basketball necessarily, just
LSU,
LSU,
South
Tennessee,
Carolina.
South Carolina. So that will always be tough. But I think men's, I think both of them are set up pretty well to make a run at it. I mean,
Tennessee's really good this year.
We got Tennessee.
Men's.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I'm talking men's. We got Tennessee, Alabama.
I say Bama's usually pretty good.
Missouri had a little bit of a run early in the year. Arkansas should be better. They got that Eric Musselman.
Vanderbilt with their weird ass gymnasium.
You know how bad of a gymnasium you have to be for us to randomly know how bad it is, just off the top of our head. Same thing with Oregon.
It's like it just reminds me of like a big auditorium. It's like, hey, on your way out, pick up your chair and put it away. We got to get ready for the band concert later.
We're setting up. Watch out for the timpanis. Yes, we go around it, please. Yeah. You're trying to impress that girl, so you had 3 on each end, looking like a badass. But no, I think men's basketball, football, I think Texas will be fine. But basketball, I think both of them are going to be just fine. Oh, I guess
Oklahoma going to be?
What's that?
Football. What's Oklahoma going to be in football?
I think next year they're going to be the new Arkansas. I think next year, at least one more year, they're going to be middle tier for football. And then it depends on how that Jackson Arnold does, as well as does Venables finally get this defense he lauded over having at Clemson, or was that all Dabo?
Mastermind. Defensive mastermind. Yeah. It just means more, though. He'll do better in the SEC.
Nebraska just lost their AD, that Trev Alberts or whatever the hell his name is, right?
Texas A&M is where he went, right?
Yeah, went to Texas A&M. The governor, I've never seen a more spiteful letter of basically saying, fuck you. Did you read that?
No, I didn't.
He was like, one, they've had an issue for the last 10 months where they haven't had a university president. So that's what the letter is about. Like, the university needs to get leadership set up so we can get a new leader on the athletics side. but he was basically, for a man that didn't see any bowl wins, conference championships, national championships, and they just win everything that this guy did not do, other than like volleyball, which I know they're very good at, which I don't think they still
Yeah.
won a championship in. I mean, he just ripped him a fucking new one, man. You're just going like, hey, since you didn't make the NCAA tournament in either for either squad, and like now is the year when everything's lining up where they would have, and he left right before it.
Yeah. It's so
So
funny that they're pissed off about it, that this dude's like, I mean, he's making a jump to a school that actually wins stuff and is probably going to pay him more money. Good for him.
yeah, that's going to compensate him and go, and they can get rid of him sooner. Nut up or shut up. We get this thing figured out. We've had
Yep.
too many teams that we've spent too much money on pissing it away.
Yeah. But no, we're just going to trash you on the way out because we didn't do very good.
Yeah, no, exactly. So again, as much as we don't like Jamie for not retiring his numbers, this is where we got to appreciate we got some leadership. It might not be the best, but we got some
and
leadership.
longevity.
Yeah,
Like that counts for something too.
yeah, longevity. I didn't say he. I think he's. That's the other thing. I think he's earned a little. We've talked about it before. I hate the. They don't sell beer at the state. Jeez, how do you have to drink every fucking Iowa State event? We're not bad anymore. We're good. It's nice to see these games. Remember them.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
if it's
No.
that important, I guess donate $10,000 to get into the Johnny Orr Club
Yeah.
or whatever, the suck up end zone.
The Suck Up, yeah, end zone, yeah.
If it is that important, or just walk out at halftime, man. I mean, like, it
You
gets a
don't know.
little aggravating. Like, how much Busch Light do you have to drink on a college game day Saturday? All of it apparently.
There's never enough.
Never enough, man.
It is, going back to the whole Nebraska thing. This is for Joey here, but that's still one of my favorite stats. They've never won an NCAA tournament in men's basketball.
This will be the year.
Fred's gonna do it.
That's Hoyball. Hoyball's going to do
Yeah.
it. Now, again, depends on the matchup too. I know they a lot more fast paced. They run into they run into the right team. That'd be so terrible. Such a good year for them. Get to the tournament. They have the higher seeding. They're going to do it. Buzzer beater 3. Right at the end. Fucking keeps.
Hey, we know a thing or two about that.
Fuck you, Aaron Kraft. I don't even think it was a buzzer beater 3. Just fuck you. I just had to remember that one now.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Because it was like from damn near half court.
I think it was a shot clock buzzer beater, but I don't think it was the game because I think we had a shot on the back. I don't want to look.
There wasn't much time left. I know that.
There wasn't enough to come back. That's all I know.
No.
I think we had an opportunity and missed it, but
Yep.
I don't want to look it up and relive the painful memory of a guy that never shot threes hitting the fucking game winner, man.
Yeah.
Iowa is out of the NCAA tournament with their loss to Ohio State tonight. I
Yep.
mean, they're on the first 4 out, and they needed to make a run here. So, do you think? Because I've been hearing, I think it was Hassel talking about it on Twitter. Do you think they make a run for DeVries?
I don't know. I mean, they had to fire Fran.
I mean, I don't know. They enjoy having coaches with sons on the teams. If they bring the head coach DeVries, they might bring his son DeVries.
True.
You bring one more year. So
Yeah.
keep the tradition of nepotism going in that university. They got rid of Brian Ferentz. How are we supposed to fucking keep the nepotism up, man?
Yeah, they started in basketball, I guess.
Lisa Bluter, you're gonna have another kid soon. Adopt a 17-year-old girl so we can get her to the university.
The Aaron Kraft shot, there's 1.7 seconds when it left his hand.
Okay. Essentially, no time left.
Yep.
I thought our inbound play, I thought we were pretty close to making it too, though.
I don't know. Must have been full court heave.
I really couldn't see through all the tears in my eyes at that point, so I thought it looked close. But fuck you, Aaron Kraft. God, I just hate that guy. Just making me remember this, Trent. Come on.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. I'm going through here. Oh God. I found a couple funny sports here. One, Can you guess another trivia question? Can you guess the top ranked dodgeball team?
Oh, I saw this.
2 of the top 3 are Big Ten. Big Ten, it just means more. Oh shit, that's SEC.
I saw this and I can't remember who it is. I can't.
Oh come on, they're the university.
Ohio State.
Ohio State fucking number 1. Oddly enough, Cincinnati number 2. Michigan State, Grand
Big
Valley
12,
State.
baby.
Ohio is 5. 3 of the top 5 are Ohio.
Yeah, well,
What's
they
in
must
their
play
water
it.
over there?
They must play it in PE a lot.
Must play yeah. I'm trying to see if there's any of that seem crazy. Saginaw Valley State, I think that's in Michigan. Cleveland State. There's a lot of Ohio teams on here, man. A lot in the Midwest too. Is that because we don't have beaches and why our fans don't actually go to games because there's nothing
Yeah.
to do here? Is that
They
why?
go to games and play dodgeball.
Play dodgeball.
2 things Midwest does.
Play dodgeball and drink Busch Light.
That's right.
Oh shit! What was the last one here? Oh, no, we talked about Gonzaga losing their conference tournament.
Their stupid ladder style tournament. What a joke.
The more I've thought about it though, man, if I was in the West Coast Conference, right? We have a couple schools that can make some runs, right? San Fran has history. St. Mary's and Gonzaga basically are it, though.
Yep.
If I was one of those universities, that would be the easiest. Like if you're, let's see, oh shit, I don't know who the 4th seed is. I can't recognize it. But it's okay. 3 seed San Fran. You only have to play 3 games total. You know, Pepperdine and fucking who cares who the other one was? I don't know who that.
Did you see that game? It was like 56-9 at halftime.
But see, exactly right. Like if you're the 8th seed, you should have to play those games, or whichever one won. You're going to have to play 5 games if you want to be the one that represents this conference with we're going to get one bid. We're on the best of years, and we have good type matchups on national television where people recognize us because we're not going to play any good out of conference, and our conference is overall shit. You're going to get one school in, so you got to have Gonzaga or St. Mary's have the layup there.
Yeah.
I mean, this is probably the one year where they're going to have 2, and it's only because Gonzaga wasn't the one that won it.
Yeah. That game, it was 26-0 at one point.
Sorry, the Chiefs just signed Marquise Hollywood Brown.
Oh, Jesus.
For the Cardinals. He's the only receiver to ever have 1,000 yards with Lamar Jackson, who runs the ball a lot, so. Sorry. But it's breaking news. Chiefs have a receiver that can actually catch the ball. I'm pretty pumped.
It's about time.
We knew going in with Kadarius Toney that he was an athlete, which is never good when you're at the highest of levels going, oh, he's the number 1 wide receiver? Well, he's a good athlete. Can you not say he's a good receiver? No, good athlete. Yeesh. So, all right. Well, sorry,
go
Trent,
out.
The news is the Chiefs got a little better.
Did anybody go get Alan Lazard yet?
I'm sorry. We're both wearing our Iowa State logos here. Huge Iowa State fans. I got a kick out of it. Hey, anyone can trade for his $10 million a year contract. Fucking, you cut that in half, and maybe they're looking for a downfield blocker receiver. I love.
He'll still be in.
I got Keenan Allen instead of Alan Lazard there, who just signed with the Bears.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like I said in our Twitter DM group, that the Vikings will probably trade straight up for Justin Jefferson just because that's how stupid the Vikings front office is.
That's the numbers. JJ wants more. Alan Lazard wants less.
Yeah. What's his PFF? It's good. All right, let's get Lazard. Sorry, Justin.
So why are we doing this? Moneyball. We're the Oakland A's, where we're going to not spend enough money and lose the team out of this city. It's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
I'm Brad Pitt in this situation. Yeah, I think in any situation, I think I'd probably rather be the Brad Pitt of it than who else was in the movie. Chris
Jonah
Pratt when he was somewhat fat.
was Jonah Hill in that too?
Yeah, Jonah Hill when he was fat too. Everyone was
Yeah.
fatter back then. Fuck, I can't think of who else was in the movie. But yeah, what a terrible way. I'm sorry. When you guys are talking PFF and like, yeah, there's some value to it, but when you're like almost exclusively doing PFF on your on your decision making like that, sometimes you just gotta have a gut feel and go, yeah, I feel good about this. Let's do that.
Yeah, how'd that guy grade out last week?
Yeah.
PFF.
I still can't believe Kirk went to Atlanta. Now that we're on the subject, man, Kirk and Atlanta seem like the polar opposites of a match made in heaven.
Yeah.
But there's like 5 Kohl's stores in the city, so.
But Atlanta got better with him.
Yeah,
100%.
no, absolutely. Atlanta got better. I think they got enough. They got a good enough running game for sure around it. So,
well, Jesus, if they would use Bijan Robinson like the way they should, I don't know, turn around, hand the ball off to him. He's pretty good.
Year before that, they had Tyler Algier, who was a 1,000-yard rusher. I mean, they got 2 solid running backs. They just need to actually throw it to fucking Kyle Pitts, man.
Kyle Pitts. Yeah, and like Ryan said, Kirk Cousins loves his tight end.
Mm-hmm. By the way, Kirk was talking in that press conference like, hey, I asked what I needed to pay for the number 8, and he said, you just need to throw me the ball. That guy was joking. I'm like, he wasn't joking, man. He was 100% throw me the fucking ball. I'm not here to block. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
No one's going, I'm going to overpay for this blocking tight end. We're paying the Antonio Gates and Tony Gonzalez is back in the day. We're paying for the Travis Kelce's of the world now. That you need to get that established in what's he in year? This will be 3.
3 probably, yeah.
It's year 3. We gotta start putting up some stats so I can get some numbers for my next contract here. Otherwise, I'm not going to get paid shit.
Yeah, he'll get it. He'll get it.
I think he'll. Regardless, he was going to get another opportunity. I think so many people looked at him and go, "Why the hell are they not throwing to him?"
Yeah. When he gets thrown the ball, like he's really good.
Shocker.
Yeah.
Oh shit, man! I'll be honest. I really don't have much else unless you want to get mad about the college football playoffs.
Not really.
Yeah,
it's March 14th. We don't need to get mad about that right now.
I agree. Let's save it for a couple weeks from now. Once the
let's save it for August.
Yeah, getting mad about how much less money the Big 12's getting, but
yeah,
again, we'll lose money in football. I think we start going for the King's Steak in basketball. We're the best in Big East. We got to get some sort of the Big 10, SEC, the Big 2. We need to. Who's going to be our Big 2? The ACC, unless they collapse, or the Big East, where we can start getting something going.
Yep.
So, all right, man. Well, hey, then let's wrap it up here. We do appreciate all the bots joining us tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, we're up to 36 right now, man.
36 right now. Hey, bots, tell your friends.
Type in binary 01000101. Send all those to all your sex bots. Keep commenting on our stuff, nudes and bio, and we'll get some traction on this, I think.
Now, this isn't an accurate number because, like, if you click on it, you can see what number is coming from each platform.
Yeah.
I just pulled it up on my phone on YouTube, and it says 0.
Yeah.
So that's not correct.
Yeah, no, it's all the sex bots.
So I bet it's even more than 36.
Shit.
And Electroa Link, I mean, he never responded to me, whatever.
Yeah, but hey, we'll get the renegotiations for our money going next week, dude.
Doge.
We'll pay in Doge. No, I might be down money still, so
they're paying us in Doge. $1 million Doge.
Alrighty, well, hey, we appreciate everyone joining. We'll see you next week.